Hello all, this is Dr. Dave Maslock talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video I want to talk about doing research that is important for you and why it's important if you're a PhD. Think about doing research that's important for you. So if you don't know me, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can, because there were so many people that helped me out during my PhD that I wanted to help out other people around the world by paying the favor forward. Okay, so I want to actually tell you a story about why I'm talking about why doing research that's important to you. So this is last night I woke up at about 5 a.m. and I woke up with this crazy dream that I was having. So if you don't know me, I think I told this story in one video from a little while ago, but when I was 25 years old, I started my PhD, and my wife's dad, my father-in-law, was sick with terminal cancer, and he was sick in the hospital that we're at. So we're actually from a really remote town in northern Ontario, and so they don't have any sort of good hospital facility. So he was traveling to visit us to go to the cancer facility in the city that we are in. It's 24 hours away. And he traveled and stayed with us while he was going to the cancer hospital in that particular location. And as that was happening, my dad actually was going through my own dad was experiencing his own cancer battle. And he came to visit us to go to the cancer hospital in the city that I was in. And this was the first time that he did that. And he saw the cancer specialist. And on his way home, he was about 8 hours away from the town that I was at. Anyways, it was about 8 hours from the town I was at, and he developed an infection, and that's actually where he stopped his journey, was in the town that he was at. And so when he was going through this bout, I got in my car, drove up there as fast as I possibly can, got there, and he was just at the tail end of a battle of staying conscious. And it was a really traumatic experience for me because I was in the room for about 10 minutes, and then they had to kick me out of the hospital. And that night he experienced a couple of really bad crashes. Actually, they revived him, and he got better, actually, in a couple of days, and regained consciousness. And then he was conscious for a little while, and I decided to go visit my wife and her family. Her dad was going through the exact same thing, but he was unconscious at that moment. So I started driving away, and as I was driving away, I was hours away. My dad crashed again, and he went unconscious, and he never recovered from that coma. So the experience and the thing that is vivid in my mind is actually him sort of going through this time in his life where it's very weak, and very he was just very sick at that moment. It's a very traumatic experience for me to go through this. I don't know why, it was just very traumatic. And then last night, so coming back to why I'm actually talking about this, is last night I had this really vivid, surreal dream that my dad was actually hugging me. Odd, because this happened like 15 years ago, right, at this moment. And the last time my dad probably really, truly hugged me was when I was a kid, like one of those kind of weird dreams that I was probably 10 years old and dreaming that my dad was giving me a good hug on Christmas morning, one of those kind of things. Anyways, so sorry about that. So what I wanted to say, coming back to the whole point of what I'm trying to get at with this video, is life is very fleeting, and you have to do research that is important to you, because these moments where you think, I know that most of you are probably on the younger side, you're probably in your 20s, and you might have experienced things like this before. You might not have. I didn't experience a lot, and I experienced death and all that kind of stuff, but nobody that was really close to me in the same sort of way. And when you go experience those kind of things, that you do realize that life is very fleeting, and you should be doing things that are important for you and important for why you're actually on this earth, because we really don't have a lot of time when these things happen, and you realize that life is just extremely fleeting. So you should be doing things that are important for you. You might think you have all this time in the world, but man, 20 years, 30 years goes by really quick, and it's all going to disappear in a hurry. There was another person in my life, or there's another person in my life right now that's experiencing Alzheimer's. This person was very similar to my dad, kind of a quiet person, and, just somebody that you always thought was going to be there and it wasn't going to change just because he was just kind of like a rock. My dad was the same way. I always thought he was going to be around. But when you see somebody go through Alzheimer's, that you see them transform from somebody that's like being, very stable and very sharp and all that kind of stuff. And you see them actually progress, and they become much more, I don't know, they have like childlike characteristics in a lot of different ways. And you realize how life is very fleeting, even though that you might be this strong sort of person, you have all this intellect and all that kind of stuff, but it just disappears so quick. So man, if you're going to do something, you better do something that damn well actually matters to you. God, at the end of the day, really sort of think about that. It's got to matter for you, and it's got to be important for you. This is a lot of years to give of your life and realize that you didn't do anything that mattered for you. For me personally, that's why I'm doing these YouTube videos, because I know that I don't know, maybe it does make a difference. Maybe it's a complete waste of time, but for me, it matters for me that I'm actually doing this and getting this stuff out for whatever it's kind of at this moment it truly is something that I need to do to help out you or other people around the world. I just wanted to make some sort of difference. So that's it. If you like this video, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do give me a thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. But I really want to make sure that just do something that's important with your life. Doesn't matter if you're doing it in research, just do something that's important for you and that matters for you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.